Hey guys, my name is Blake Kitchens. This is Hound Hogs Barbecue, and welcome to the World of Rubs. This is episode 1, and today we are reviewing Bill Mann's Pit of Heaven Pit Grit Seasonings. Pit of Heaven is William Mann, or if you know him personally, Bill Mann's competition barbecue and steak team. And he recently came out with 3 rubs. I'm only reviewing 2 of them today. I actually met him the other day at a competition in Evergreen, Alabama, and instead of getting all 3 rubs, I really felt like these were the 2 that I was going to use the most, and that's what I got from him. He actually had a couple guys that had a pretty good showing with it the other day at the SCA World Championship. And so it's a new rub. It's really good. I've tried it myself, and I just want to let you guys kind of know what I think about it and how you can incorporate it into your competition steak or at-home cooking. First, let's take a look at the bottle and the ingredients. And so the first thing I notice when we look at this bottle of rub is I really like his branding. I've always liked Bill Mann's branding. It kind of reminds me of like an old saloon or something like that with his logo. The bottle looks really clean. You can tell some people really put some thought into it. And it's the same with his steakhouse grit. It's very simple, very clean. One of the things you'll notice is it's made in the USA. This is made by a company called Townsend Spice and Supply. I actually know quite a few guys who are getting their rubs made there. From my understanding and just my experience with them, it's a really awesome company, and they are made in the USA. And another thing you'll notice is it says right here, a portion of the profit will be donated to charity. And so I know these guys, I've seen them. I may not be real close friends with them personally, but I know that they are really good guys and they are really caring for other people. And so that's a good thing about this rub. Now, let's talk about the ingredients. This one is really good. I was tasting it earlier because I've really been mixing these. One of the things that Bill Mann told me, and honestly I didn't believe him when he said it. When he handed these to me, he said, it tastes like a ribeye in a bottle. I was like, okay, cool marketing idea. Like, that'd be great. I doubt it does. I went back over to my tent and I mixed them together, and that's exactly what it tasted like. And part of the reason is both of these rubs have beef base built into them, dehydrated beef base as a seasoning. And so that gives it an extra beef flavor. It will enhance the flavor of whatever beef you're putting it on. This also has, let's see, where's those ingredients at? This one has Worcestershire powder in it. And so that gives it a unique flavor. This one is very savory. I can taste the garlic in it. It's kind of your good, really powerful beef flavor rub. And this one's a really good all-purpose, and that beef base gives it a little bit of a unique flavor. But one thing, and as we go throughout this series, you will find out, is I love MSG. I don't have any kind of aversion to MSG whatsoever, because people don't even realize that their favorite restaurants like Chick-fil-A or Taco Bell or anything like that, those places are loaded with MSG. And so people feel great when they leave Chick-fil-A, and it's not the MSG that makes people feel bad at Chinese restaurants. It's overeating. And that's one of the first things I look at for a competition rub. Now, maybe at home it's not as big of a deal, but for a competition rub, for one bite, this has MSG in it, and that's going to make it a really good thing. So let's go ahead and give these a taste just out of hand and see what we think about them. Now, obviously, I've tried these before, so I'll have a little bit of understanding about them. It's crazy what that beef base does. It's so good in this rub. Very salty. This is going to be your salt base. He even told me when I met with him, this is not super salty. This is where your salt's going to come from, so you're not going to be able to over salt it by putting this on there. Very good AP rub. That beef base is so unique. It's got a lot of umami, a lot of savory flavors. Let's take a look at this one. Right off the bat, I get kind of the spices, and I get garlic, I get onion, You would think there was sugar in this because it's almost got a sweet flavor, but I think that's the Worcestershire powder kind of mixed in. It's a flavor I'm not necessarily used to. And so I almost can't even put my a word to what I'm tasting, but it's very, very good. And like I said, I've mixed these two together and tried them so many times. I had my friends do it and they were amazed. It really does taste like a ribeye out of the bottle. So guys, that's enough about the bottle and about the way it's made and the ingredients. Let's go ahead and get these spices on a steak, and let's take a look at what it does to the color, how the texture is once it's cooked, and let's look at how it tastes. So let's get to it. So Brianna got the steak cooked up. Everything's looking good. This is not about the cook of the steak. It's more about the flavor. But I did have her place it in the box. So let me just turn it sideways. Give it a good cut. A sharp knife right there. All right. Hey, done. This looks pretty good right there. Pink all the way through. Might be a little gray on the edge, but it depends on the judge, I think. All right, let's give this thing a taste because obviously that's important. Honestly, guys, I like a medium fine, so not quite all the way fine, but a medium fine texture of rub because it kind of just blends into the steak. It's not super coarse. So you really can't tell if there was rub on it, but you can see the color change. So that's what I think about the color. Decent color, but I don't use my flavor rubs for color anyways. The texture of the rub is really good. It blended in. I'm not going to have any big crusty parts, so let's see what it tastes like. This looks like a good bite. The salt level is really good, and it's got a really good beefy flavor. I'm not going to comment too much on taste because taste is so subjective. That's a really good bite. That is going to get over a 10 from a judge at a competition because it's very good. It's middle of the road. It's not going to offend anybody. There's no spice to it. It's not sweet. It's a really good middle of the road. So it's a really good thing to add into your combination. But I mean, honestly, I'm actually more impressed. I've tried this on something else before, but on a steak, it worked out really good. And I'm really happy with the flavor. Guys, here's my final thought on this rub combination. It is a very, very good base for your competition steak cook or even your at-home cook. Honestly, guys, the reason I say base is not because it's lacking anything, but because everybody's different in the flavor profile that they go for. And so this may be exactly what you're looking for. But I don't want to speak too much into flavors and how subjective it is. It is very good. I'm very pleased with this steak. And so we want you guys, the part of this series is we want you guys to support these local guys, these small businesses, these cooks who are making rubs and seasoning for other cooks. We don't want you necessarily buying the big box store brands or seasonings made by other companies. We want you guys to support the smaller business, even for reasons like it's made in the USA and they give money to charities and nonprofits. So that's really why we're doing this series. We really want you guys to try these rubs. So if you do, use the hashtag World of Rubs and tag us and like us on Facebook and let us know that you're trying these things out because you've seen us. And really just kind of let us know whether you like it or whether you don't like it and how you're going to use it. But other than that, guys, thank you for watching the World of Rubs. We're going to continue this series in the days to come. There's a World of Rubs out there, so go out and try something new.